Manga Shake here, recording back-to-back episodes of my Busby Classic series. And again, we're sticking with the year 2005 and with a odd flywheel blaster. This time, like I had hinted at in my previous video with the Mech 6, the Triple Mech is going to get featured. What is the Triple Mech, you may ask? Well, of course, like I said, it is the 2005 release of a flywheel-powered blaster that has not one, not two, but three hoppers. Now, this example here is unfortunately a little incomplete. There was a translucent tube that was colored. It came blue or green on the tube itself that held a stack of foam balls, like this one here. This one is a vintage Busby foam ball that, thanks to Ryan Ingolstadt, I actually got my hands on this blaster as well as a couple of the ammo bits. He didn't even realize it, but there was a disc still inside of it, so thankfully I have at least one authentic Busby disc that I can fire out of this. I really need to get my hands on more. This is a little thicker than your typical dollar store disc shooter, but those will actually work, so I can use those. But this is the authentic Busby. My only other ones I have are actually in a new inbox disc shooter, which will be a future it'll be a future feature on the Classic series. But of course we're going to stick with this monstrosity. And yes, look how big this thing is. This thing is hilarious. And I'm going to call it the triple firing vacuum of doom. Once you hear it, you'll know why. But it fires originally the Busby sticky darts through a hopper that is exactly like the Mech 6's. It held 6 darts up here, just drop them in, tip facing forward, and just like it will handle the modern day dart. So you can actually fire this thing with modern day darts if you can find foam balls that are of this same size and a tube to put it in, or just not use the tube at all and just, you know, pop one in here and there. As well as, here is the hopper for the discs. So you throw your disc in here, you throw your ball in the back, you throw your dart in through the hopper. You're now loaded. Of course, you can put a whole stack of the discs, and if you had the tube extension, which I will try to source one for this at some point in time, if you have that, you put in a stack of the balls, put in 6 darts, then you turn on this monstrosity. With a switch right here, it holds 4 AA batteries, and it does have indeed 3 triggers, one for each function. Before we go over it, you have a trigger for darts, you have a trigger for the foam balls, and then you have a trigger here on the side that you pull back for the discs. So I will fire one of each and enjoy the sound. I'm going to leave this unedited. Warning is now. Now, the reason why I didn't use the trigger for the foam ball is Ryan Ingolstadt sent this to me with the note attached saying that this was not fully functional at the time. I have not tore it apart. This will be a vintage repair job, and it has to be done very carefully, very delicately, because I do not want to destroy what is an actual piece of history in the Dart Blaster world. This, as funky as it may be, as impractical as it may be, this is still cool. This is still really neat. The fact that Busby in 2005 actually made a working blaster that fired 3 different types of ammo, all off of the same power plant. And no, I've not chronographed the balls. You have to, like I have to, actually push it down in, and the feeding for it would be a tube down to a little pusher that actually pushes them forward into what is a quadruple flywheel setup. It has 2 flywheels above, 2 flywheels down below when you look down into this humongous cavern. I almost feel like York's Brave. It's like, this is my blaster, let me show you its features. This thing is just that unique. It's almost like one of his If you've never seen the Slingshot channel, absolutely check that out. That is very good entertainment, where he shows these very intricate things that they have all kinds of different design elements and features, and I almost feel like this thing kind of almost hints over to that kind of thing, that type of mechanism, because it has so much going on. And no, it's not a high performance blaster. This would be hilarious to run, though. Loaded up with darts. I would use modern darts. I would use the dollar store disc shooter discs, not the Busby Genuines, because those are rare as can be now. And not the original Busby foam balls, because I only have 2 of those. I'm very limited on the vintage Busby ammo, except for, I have tons of the old darts, but the old rockets, the old discs, and foam balls, it's like I'm very limited on those. But if I can find some modern day replicas that would suffice, this would be hilarious to run. Get some people out. I mean, they're going to hear you coming from an entire football field away, but how's it different from any modern day flywheeler anyways? It's just, this is the triple foam fling vacuum of death. I like that. I like that personally. The Triple Mech. 2005, it was also sold as the in different colors, and it was also sold as the 3 Mech. You know, Triple Mech, Mech 3, 3 Mech. It's just different stickers, but this was under the Air Warriors, Air Blasters, under the Air Blasters line in the early years of Busby, where they were really doing some weird, funky things that even today are still cool. I mean, if you wanted to look at this as a dart blaster with built-in attachments for alternate ammo, I mean, you could, if your local games permitted it, instead of mega or missiles, these big foam balls could be used as shield breakers. The disc could count just like Vortex did in some, or some people just treat it as elite style ammo. You could be spamming the disc shots like crazy because they just float. When these are outside, those little discs just float in the air. You can have a shower of them, and then shoot the darts as well. And that would confuse people who have never seen anything like this. Which that's going to be a lot of people, because these only ran for a couple years, and I almost wish Busby would kind of go back to the funkiness of this, while having some serious blasters, like maybe some of the performance ones that they talk about coming out here in the possible future. But the Triple Mech, this harkens back to Busby's old days of fun and funky, and that never grows old. You know, it can be a little performance, because just like the Mech 6, this at best shoots in the 50s with the darts, and no chronograph figures on anything else. But it's just fun. It's loud. It's unwieldy. I mean, this is a pistol. Keep that in mind. This is a pistol that is almost as big as my body. But this kind of stuff brings a smile to my face, and that's what they're supposed to do. It's supposed to bring a little fun and enjoyment to your life. And this old thing from 2005 by Busby, the Triple Mech, as crazy as it looks, I mean, look at that thing. It's a neat addition if you ever find one collecting. Ryan Engelstad, he sent this to me, and if you haven't seen Ryan Engelstad and his channel, I'll put a link to his in the description, and maybe as well as a pin comment down below. But feel free to check him out. He made it possible for me to have this in my collection, and I thank him for that. But Busby Triple Mech, hilariously bulky, hilariously loud, and hilariously fun. All the way back from 2005. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the Busby Classic Series. And the next step will be going into one of the old staples of modding, the Busby Big Blast, the original one. But this is Mongoose Jake saying thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.